Hey, what is up, my friends? And welcome back to Wrapping Up the Case, finally. So, we did well last time. We are going to be hopefully jumping straight into the final case. So let's see what's going on. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. Ooh, the fade out. Gotta love it. Did we get a little aftermath, or is it just straight into... Yeah, it looks like it. 18th of Feb. The Old Bailey. Come on then, let's try and get through this quickly. I want to see what the next episode's about. Or next case, I should say. That certainly was a long trial. Yeah, it did feel like it, actually. Ah, yes it was. But it was the first time we'd been back in court for a while, right? Your first ever trial on foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. Actually, trial... Oh, episode 3! Damn it, I was lying all last episode and this episode. So if this is episode 3, we've actually got 2 more cases. Right, but we are officially past the halfway point, at least. Damn it, I thought we'd be wrapping it up at some point soon. And to you, thanks for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. Damn it, that means the next 2 cases are going to be even harder, I'd imagine. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for his death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defence is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Damn. Ah, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh? What stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. That is so not true. I'm sure you would have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Ha ha ha! Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man then? He's doing that amazing face again. I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight talking fella, aren't you? I must say you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Ah, 'tis water under the bridge. Congratulations on having your name cleared. But nothing is resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Hi! They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters into hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages of all the taxes I pay. Corrupt. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. I'd have wished. You're a humble people, are you? You're from the East. Well, if you insist. Just 1 coin? But have this still and all, you deserve a reward. Oh, the bailiff. What does he want? Everything is ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? No, is it a bent copper? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not convenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And he faded away into nothingness forever. And there he goes, a free man. Ah, she's still there. Oh, I forgot she was here too. She's just legging it straight away. Popping smoke! Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I hate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. What? Was not expecting that. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? And taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! Damn, is that some... what? Sort of smoke bazooka? Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Gah! Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty colour, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though, at all? I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. I tell you what's it what? I have no idea what this girl's on about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my lab. What? What for? To apologise, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to no adults. Come along then, follow me. Damn it. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that's what she wants, is to not get shot by that massive gun of yours. How can you just be wielding guns in court? We'll be leaving now then, bye bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss. No worries. She was a lively one. Come on, let's wrap this case up. We've got 2 to go, baby. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too? Yes, you're right. But where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. Damn. Fresh off the boat, straight into the courtroom. Case done, better find somewhere to sleep. All our travelling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings. But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Gee, if only we had 1,000 guineas where we could actually pay for a hotel for a night. Wouldn't that be a nice thing? Shame we didn't turn it down. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. That's so weird. I'm a lawyer, but I sleep in the park because I don't have anywhere to stay. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Now I'm starting to regret turning him down. Yeah, of course. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. And so, we froze to death in a park in the middle of London. The trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. No! Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. And now a really happy mission complete theme, surely. Oh, I guess not.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water! Quick!
No, he's burning the evidence!
How did this happen?
Bastard!
No, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
That bent copper helped him!
Here before we started investigating.
Damn it! I love this sort of Ghibli-esque art style, man. What? Who's in there?
Oh, good God! There's someone in there.
Who could it be? Is that the judge?
This can't be.
What? He's actually got the voice I gave him! Amazing. Damn, he looks like Squall. From FF8. Someone burnt to death in the omnibus. What the hell is going on here? End. And now the happy music. Biddling ding ding. Capcom never change. Fission complete. The adventure of the clouded Kokoro. I mean, it looks like we can see a tiny peek of the final episode after that. Yeah, we did that. Boom. Start playing. Okay, what's this going to be about? Kokoro. I've no idea what a Kokoro is.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes.
Sholmes?
His head languidly in my direction.
Damn it.
That there is more to this case than that which we have observed.
Okay.
Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea,
Ew.
leading him
Just give me regular tea with honey in it. Delicious.
snowy evening
Who's dead on the street?
to the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back.
Is it going to be the same knife?
Lit in the soft
No,
glow
it
of
doesn't look like it.
A most extraordinary scene had been set.
Pretty crazy.
In the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Invisible? I don't like the sounds of that. Okay, about halfway through the episode. Good time to start a new case. Okay, so the next day, 19th of Feb, British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Did you sleep last night? No, not at all. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? Ah, nice. We actually managed to get a place to sleep. The rooms were so luxurious, I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's not necessarily a good thing. Light pollution, baby. What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Booyah! I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. Yeah, he spent like over a month sleeping in a wardrobe. He must have been starfished out hard. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night that you can only dream of normally. Except, when I learnt that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. You just walked into a hotel room? £3 though, Deece. In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would put a roof over your head for the whole year. God damn. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill. Ugh, I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. Ugh, London is a scary place. It's the capital city, honey. Get used to it. Ah, good morning to you at this early hour. Oh, yo, this guy. Oh, yes. Well. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. She's amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh, yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. Doesn't this guy time everything? He would have been very, very unimpressed of how long it took us to get that guy a not guilty verdict. And in accordance with your instructions, he performed his duty to the end. Yes, I've already been apprised of events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh. No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Thank you very much. So, I'm a lawyer now. Hell yeah. Time to start getting the big bucks. Now, in view of your next appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case already? Nice, so this will be a bit more like the old school Phoenix Wright games, if so, where it's just pretty much straight into the courtroom. It was more the later games where you took time to walk around and examine stuff in between the courtroom. Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for? The truth, damn it. Ah, nice skippable flashback. Yeah. Preach it, Judge. That's it, get the words out, lad. Oh, you better believe I'm mashing. Come on, we ain't got that much time left in this episode. Don't just make it all flashback. Yep, put an evil laughter in for good measure. Boom, mash done. I just can't help wondering if he really was innocent. It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean? He passed away immediately following the trial. What? Did he lock himself in and set it on fire? No! What? Dead? So we got him a not guilty verdict to save his life, and then he immediately tops himself. That is rough. I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. Well, we don't have 19 minutes left in this episode, so you better talk quick, sucker. I don't think there's any need to examine or present anything. Actually, yep, no items to present. So, let's converse. Death. I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime which he had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No. How could such a thing have happened? That is being investigated as we speak, but already. The police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded. That's awful! The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. Okay, so maybe that's why he's saying just get on with another case for now then. Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, he did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. And that was his demise. Ah, another flashback. To mash on through. Nice, short and sweet. An inspection of the omnibus? Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. But then who was he talking about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Okay, we're getting fobbed off. This is bad. Poor lad. British court. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... wow. He means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, she is such a way with words. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. What, weren't we thinking that? The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. The most advanced in the world, is it? It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. Simple? That was simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. What? How did you know the verdict in advance? I don't mean to be contrary, but the case was anything but simple. Yeah, we got the game over like 20 times. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to gain a favourable verdict. Oh, why is he laughing? Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent, wouldn't you agree? No, not if the situation was like he said, you can't lose, mate. Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much is at least an undeniable truth, which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? New case, Could you perhaps give us some details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. Why can everyone read minds in this game? In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? The game knows. That is to say, no one has died. As yet. Good old dramatic pause there, and the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. No, so it sounds like we're going to have a massive section where we walk around now. Damn it. Ah, that'll explain why episode 3 felt so long, because you weren't going around doing any investigation beforehand. He was just like, there's a case right now, jump on it. So I guess they did have to pad it out a bit. 23 hours, 43 minutes and 19 seconds to be precise. So the trial's tomorrow then. That's still not much time to go over things. Is everything alright? Oh, yes, I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was... well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Of course! The legendary lawyer who never blocked! I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after his trial. Ah, yes, I nearly forgot there is one similarity with yesterday's case. No. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh. If the situation remains unchanged, a trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented, and if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. Off with his head! The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Yes, that's right. Ugh, here we go again. Nice. Let's start inching closer. Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes and 39 seconds until the court sits. Last time he mentioned the 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time. And one more thing. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. Ah, Kazuma. I miss him. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world works so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself, and there's another thing. Oh. Another thing? Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important? And what exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he'd ever made it to Great Britain. You're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion. What's all this about? He never once mentioned anything of the sort to me. I urge you both to focus your intentions on the matter at hand. Who is that? I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. How long has he been there? So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. Teleportation! Okay. There's something very important I have to do. Kazuma, what did you mean? I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we'd better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. Right then, that sounds like a perfect opportunity to leave it there, guys. Right, obviously it's completely out of my control, but apologies. Quite a few flashbacks this episode, which pads out the episode itself, but not much we can do there. So, yeah, we will start the sign-off. So, if you like any of the suggested videos flooding your screen at this very moment, check some of them out. Man, losing it this set. And then you better let me know what you think, baby. If you've missed any of the great Ace Attorney Chronicles catch-up, because it looks like some of the stuff may be slightly carrying on into the last two cases. So catch up so you don't get confused, because I'm sure I will be at some point in the future. But the main thing, as always, guys, I hope you're well. Thanks for watching, and see you again next time.